Return on investment. Return on investment, or ROI, is a measure of performance used by analysts to evaluate how good an investment's return is when compared to the cost of the investment. The formula for ROI is gain from investment minus the cost of investment all over the cost of the investment times 100. The gain on investment is equal to the money you get from the sale of an investment or the increase in value of the investment regardless of if you sold it or not. So basically, if you bought a stock and its price went up, that would be a gain on investment. Let's look at why analysts use ROI. To begin, ROI is great for assessing the profitability and efficiency of an investment and to make financial decisions. ROI is also relatively easy to calculate and widely applicable. Finally, ROI helps analysts determine which investment opportunities are better than others. Let's look at an example of how ROI can help investors make good investment decisions. Since ROI is expressed as a percentage, it can show you the true value of an investment and let you compare different dollar amounts to see which investment is better. Let's compare two investors, Investor A and Investor B. Investor A gained $200 of profit from investing in options. Investor B gained $50,000 from investing in condos. On paper, it looks like Investor B made a much better investment, right? Now let's factor in the costs of their investments and how this affects the return. What if Investor A's options initially costed $50,000 while Investor B's initially costed $40,000? That would make Investor A's ROI 300%, while Investor B's ROI would be 25%. So while Investor B had more return in dollar values, Investor A actually has the better, more profitable, and more efficient investment. However, we also need to adjust for the time horizon when comparing the ROI of two different investments. Let's look at another example. We have two investments, Investment A and Investment B. Investment A has a 20% ROI over a 3-year time span, while Investment B has a 10% ROI over a 1-year time horizon. To compare these two, we need to adjust the multi-year investment to the same 1-year time horizon. To adjust this, we use the formula for multi-year ROI, which is equal to 1 plus x to the power of t minus 1. In this formula, x is the annualized ROI of the investment, which is what we want to calculate, and t is the number of periods in the time horizon, periods being 1 year in this case. Using this formula, that would be 20% equals 1 plus x to the power of 3 minus 1. With some simple algebra, we can rearrange this to reach x equals 6.27%. Thus, Investment A is a worse investment than Investment B because its 6.27 ROI is lower than Investment B's 10% ROI. We want to be on the lookout for some common mistakes when calculating ROI. ROI can be used for any type of investment. The only variation is how we actually account for and define costs and profits. Let's look at two examples of how ROI is commonly miscalculated. For stocks, investors usually fail to include transaction costs and dividend payouts into the ROI calculation. For real estate, investors tend to forget to incorporate rental income, taxes, insurance, and upkeep costs into the ROI calculation. That being said, we want to emphasize that it's incredibly important to account for all the costs and gains of the investment throughout its entire lifespan. We can't just take the ending value and divide it by the initial costs because we might miss some contributing factors. We hope this video helped you learn more about return on investment.